Lion cubs, the young offspring of the iconic African lion, Panthera leo, represent a critical and fascinating stage in the life cycle of one of the most powerful and revered animals on Earth. Born into a world where survival is a daily challenge, lion cubs face a variety of obstacles in their early years, from the struggle for sustenance and protection to navigating the complex social structures of their pride. The birth of a lion cub marks the continuation of a species that has evolved to thrive in the diverse landscapes of sub-Saharan Africa, from savannas to grasslands, where they are at the top of the food chain as apex predators. In the wild, lion cubs are generally born after a gestation period of about 110 days, typically in a secluded den hidden away from the larger pride to ensure their safety during their most vulnerable stage. The cubs are born blind and helpless, relying entirely on their mothers for warmth, protection, and nutrition. At birth, lion cubs weigh around 1.5 kilograms, 3.3 pounds, and are completely dependent on their mother's milk for survival. Their eyes remain closed for the first few days, and it is only after about a week that they begin to open their eyes and start to interact more with their environment. During this early period, the cubs are mostly kept hidden by their mothers in dense vegetation or caves, away from the dangers of predators, including other carnivores like hyenas and leopards, who may see them as easy prey. The first few months of a lion cub's life are crucial for its survival. The cubs will remain with their mother and sometimes other females within the pride, relying on their mother's care and attention for the first several weeks. During this time, they nurse frequently, as their mother's milk provides the necessary nutrients and antibodies to help them grow and develop. After about 8 weeks, the cubs begin to explore their surroundings more, often starting to venture out of their den to join the pride. It is during this period that they begin to learn crucial survival skills from their mother and other pride members. These lessons come in the form of both observation and imitation. As the cubs start to interact more with their environment, they observe the adult lions and other cubs, learning how to hunt, establish hierarchies, and interact with the rest of the pride. While lion cubs are not able to participate in hunting immediately, their curiosity and energy make them active participants in play, which, although playful in nature, also serves to develop important skills such as coordination, strength, and social behavior. Lion cubs are highly social animals, and their early interactions with other members of the pride are essential to their development. From the moment they are born, they are surrounded by their pride, which consists of several related females, their offspring, and a smaller number of males. In many prides, the males are responsible for defending the pride's territory, while the females do most of the hunting. However, the dynamic between males and females can be complex, especially when it comes to cubs. Males may not always be closely involved in raising cubs, but they do play an important role in protecting the pride and ensuring its survival by defending their territory against outside threats. A particularly unique aspect of lion cub life is their dependency on the pride's cooperative nature. In some cases, if a new male takes over a pride, he may kill the cubs of the previous males in what is known as infanticide. This is a strategy that male lions use to bring the females into estrus more quickly, allowing them to sire their own offspring. However, this behavior is not universal, and the cubs are often protected by their mothers and other members of the pride, who will sometimes actively intervene to defend them from the incoming male. As the cubs grow, their interactions with their peers become increasingly important. Lion cubs are often seen engaging in rough play with each other, which includes mock fights, chasing, and wrestling. These play behaviors are not just about entertainment, they are vital for developing the physical skills needed for adulthood. The cubs' social bonds with one another also form the foundation for their future roles within the pride. Lion cubs will typically stay with their pride for several years before reaching maturity, with females usually remaining in the pride they were born into, while males may eventually leave to establish their own territory or join another pride. During this period, the cubs are taught by the older lions, particularly the females, how to hunt and defend themselves. Hunting is an especially important skill for female lions to develop, as it is their primary responsibility within the pride. Cubs learn to stalk, ambush, and take down prey through gradual training, often starting with small animals and progressing to larger targets. Their early hunting experiences typically involve the mother making the kill and allowing the cubs to share in the spoils, before they are allowed to try hunting for themselves. The process of weaning is gradual, typically beginning at around 8 to 12 weeks of age and continuing until the cubs are about 6 months old, when they are fully weaned. During this time, the cubs also start to consume more solid food, although their mother's milk remains an important part of their diet. The transition from milk to meat is a critical phase in the cubs' development, as it allows them to develop the digestive systems necessary to handle the variety of foods they will encounter as they grow. At this stage, the cubs also start to participate more in the pride's hunting efforts, though they still rely heavily on the adults for successful kills. As cubs approach the age of 1 year, they are more capable of hunting independently, although they often still rely on the support and guidance of the pride. By the time they reach 2 or 3 years of age, most lion cubs have learned to hunt proficiently and become more involved in the pride's collective efforts. However, despite their growing independence, lion cubs still face numerous challenges. Predators such as hyenas, leopards, and crocodiles can pose a significant threat to cubs, especially when they are young and vulnerable. The loss of a cub is a common occurrence in lion prides, and many cubs do not survive to adulthood. The mortality rate for lion cubs in the wild can be high, and many die within the first year of life due to disease, injury, or predation. However, those that do survive to adulthood become a vital part of the pride's future. The survival rate of cubs is also influenced by the availability of food, the presence of other predators, and the overall health of the pride. In some regions, where prey is abundant and predators are few, lion cubs have a higher chance of survival. However, in areas where food is scarce or where human-wildlife conflict is prevalent, the cubs' chances of survival are greatly diminished. One of the most significant challenges faced by lion cubs today is the increasing loss of habitat due to human expansion. As human populations grow and encroach on lion territories, the available space for lions to live, hunt, and reproduce decreases. This habitat fragmentation forces lion prides into smaller, more isolated patches of land, which can lead to inbreeding and reduce the genetic diversity of the population. In addition, lions are increasingly coming into conflict with human communities, particularly in areas where livestock farming is prevalent. Lions that prey on livestock are often seen as a threat to farmers' livelihoods, and as a result, they may be killed in retaliation or as part of government-sanctioned culling programs. Conservation efforts aimed at protecting lion cubs and their habitats are ongoing in many parts of Africa. Protected areas, such as national parks and wildlife reserves, have been established to provide safe spaces for lions and other wildlife. In addition, conservationists are working to improve human-lion relations by promoting coexistence strategies, such as providing compensation for farmers whose livestock are killed by lions and implementing livestock guarding techniques. There is also a growing movement to promote ecotourism as a way to fund conservation efforts while benefiting local communities. However, these efforts face significant challenges due to the complex interplay of factors affecting lion populations, including poaching, habitat loss, and political instability in certain regions. Despite these challenges, there is hope for the future of lion cubs and their species. Ongoing research and conservation efforts continue to improve our understanding of lion behavior, ecology, and biology, which is essential for developing effective strategies to protect them. Additionally, a growing awareness of the importance of wildlife conservation among both local communities and international audiences has led to increased support for lion protection initiatives. By continuing to prioritize the protection of lions and their habitats, we can ensure that future generations of lion cubs have a fighting chance to survive and thrive in the wild, maintaining their role as one of the most powerful and majestic animals on the planet.